Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to my presentation. My name is Daniela Acosta, and I'm here today to let you know of the dangers that social media has on children, which might make you rethink whether or not your child should have an Instagram account. With technological advancements happening around the world, should children and teens under the age of 13 be allowed access to social networking sites such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, or Twitter? Well, in today's society, social networking sites such as Facebook and Twitter play a huge part in our lives. These websites are fantastic for communicating with friends and family that we don't often see. They are a great way of connecting with new people who have the same interests as you. They are also a great way to make new friends or find old ones. These websites, however, are not for children, and with technology becoming increasingly easier to access these days, children are getting sucked into these sites younger and younger. I have done my research over this topic, and aside from my group project, which addressed the effects that media has on children, I've seen personally in my own family what social media can do to young children. Giving children a chance at using such sites such as Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram opens windows for kids to experience cyberbullying, sexual harassment, low comprehension levels, and lack of social skills. So what exactly is social networking? Well, for those of you who are unfamiliar, social networking is a gathering of online users who have the same beliefs, values, experiences, and interests. Those who, let's say, want to develop friendships or relationships and who share the same passion in sports, hobbies, fashion, business interests, and employment needs are all attracted to various social networking sites. These people actively engage in activities such as chatting, profile sharing, online dating, closing business deals, and others. The benefits of using these kinds of sites are many, looking at it in an adult perspective. However, minors also have access to such sites, and this is where the problem lies. So, like I mentioned earlier, social networking has many, many negative consequences, which includes cyberbullying, low comprehension levels, lack of social skills, and sexual harassment. And all of this starts by having a screen in front of your face 24/7. Cyberbullying, for example, is one major negative factor that comes to play when children interact with social media apps. This is a form of harassment that involves the use of electronic devices such as computers and cell phones in order to threaten or embarrass someone. In some cases, cyberbullying is easy to spot, as some bullies send footprints through their actions, through a chat or a text message, or even a post on the victim's profile. However, other forms of cyberbullying could be through impersonation, where bullies create fake accounts and pretend to be the victim, which they post inappropriate pictures or use profound language. Cyberbullying comes in different forms. It could be through, for example, Instagram has a section called DMs, and you can communicate through that chat box. Or Snapchat is not just for taking pictures and posting them. They also have a message section, so you can message people through there. Cyberbullying takes place through there as well. Twitter as well has the DM section, just like Instagram. Also, when people post pictures, cyberbullying can take place in the comment section by commenting something negative. So all of this just all comes back to social media. The study presented at the American Psychiatric Association's annual meeting showed that children who experience cyberbullying are at a very, very high risk for experiencing mental health issues, especially if the child already have previously been emotionally abused. The statistics on bullying and suicide are very alarming. Suicide is the third leading cause of death in young people. There are at least 100 suicide attempts And people have to understand and just see the connection between social media sites and bullying and realize that it can get so bad that children as young as the age of 9 will take their own life to stop their suffering. Something that can be done in order to prevent this from happening is making sure children don't have access to these sites. Informing the child of what is right and what is wrong, or perhaps what to say or what to do, is important because it will give them a heads up and they'll know, hey, this isn't right, or I shouldn't be doing this. According to healthkids.org, parents or guardians can enable parental control on their child's device. By doing this, it will definitely help parents not to worry much about what their child is up to because they simply won't have access to it. Sexual harassment is the second most significant aspect of engaging in these sites. You have to remember, children who are under the age of 13 aren't entirely mature yet and are still unaware of the dangers of it. In a recent survey conducted by researchers, sexting has become more common in young children as they're lured into sending explicit messages. This creates a huge problem mentally for the child because they will always feel as if they can't escape the situation. Something important to think about is that when the child sends those explicit images, there is absolutely no telling where those images may end up. Child predators who create fake accounts enjoy tricking these young children, more specifically young girls, because they know they are young, naive, and will fall for absolutely anything. Sexual harassment is a serious situation, and it's happening to children as I speak. Again, like I mentioned, sexual harassment causes children to go into a type of depression mode where they just feel entirely isolated and alone, and they may not even want to talk to their parents about it or confront people about it because they feel that the predator who is threatening them might do something to them. So this causes problems mentally and again leads back to suicide, which is very dangerous. Staying plugged into these sites for too long has shown to cause low comprehension levels in children, which is a very important part of their lives. If kids communicate primarily through the screen, they don't learn the sublights of real life communication, such as body language or tone of voice. There are many reasons as to why social media websites have age restrictions, and if this is how it mentally affects children, then it should be enforced. In a recent study done by Masood, it explains how an overuse of these sites causes children to not use their brain enough. With most of these sites, slang, along with other profound language, is something that is used frequently, which is not something that a child under the age of 13 should be learning about. Not only do these sites use inappropriate language, but with the click of a button, the child is able to research absolutely anything and get the answer for it, which leads them to not give a serious thought about certain questions in school. Becoming so accustomed to having all the answers right away will lead them to try less and less and not learn anything in school. Another reason, arguably the most important, is the lack of social skills that children will face while being on the internet. According to Fuller, children who engage in social media on a daily basis are shown to lack social skills. Constantly having a screen right in front of your face without communicating with those beside you or in front of you can affect children down the line. Later in life, when children have to, let's say, go to a job interview or do what I'm doing now, presenting in front of a class, they will have no sense of communication skills because when they were younger, they never talked to people or learned things because they were stuck in front of a screen all day. Not interacting with others also comes back to the child's mental health. When a child doesn't talk to anyone, they will miss out on important occasions and they will always feel alone and isolated. So, social networking sites such as Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, and Instagram all play a huge part of our lives. With almost 1.4 billion of us using these sites per day, There are many reasons as to why I believe young children should not be allowed on these sites. They can be mentally affected due to the lack of social skills and interaction in real life. They can face sexual harassment, like we talked about earlier. And most importantly, cyberbullying, which is another reason why they need to stay away from these sites. We are forced to grow up very early in this day and age, and I believe children shouldn't have to worry about the aforementioned things. They should just be able to be children. Thank you.